Subscribe to Bisbo and press the bell icon. See boring news turn into enjoyable stories. Not everyone can have a kick-ass second job like Peter Parker, who moonlighted as Spider-Man when he wasn't at office. But 2 out of 3 techies in India have taken a shot at moonlighting anyway, doing another job or project side by side along with their primary job. In one of the extreme cases, in a big IT company in Bengaluru, a HR manager was surprised to find multiple active provident fund accounts of a newly hired professional that showed him to be working in 7 firms at the same time. In another large Mumbai-based firm, its IT head kept cancelling official meetings at the last minute, giving all kinds of excuses.
Not well. Child is sick. Father unwell. Lion escaped from the zoo.
His juniors got suspicious, and when they went into his official account, discovered that he had sent large files to another company via his official email and that he was working a second full-time job. At another Bengaluru MNC, 12 full-time coders were downgraded to contract employees after it was found they were moonlighting for another organization. Take a guess what happened in all 3 cases.
तेरा क्या होगा कालिया?
IT head honchos across India are really angry.
It's cheating, plain and simple. No two timing, no moonlighting, and no double lives.
Wipro fired 300 employees, accusing them of moonlighting for their rivals. The rise of the gig economy, with platforms like Fiverr, Upwork, Guru, Freelancer, People Per Hour, Top Coder, etc., and work from home with little or no oversight, made it impossible for companies to monitor moonlighting. This was aided by the increasing ease of cross-border payments, allowing techies to earn extra in dollars. Why only techies? Gig platforms are full of creative folks like content writers, translators, artists, voice artists, designers, some of them moonlighting. Moonlighting literally means working under the moon's light, implies doing a job after company hours. But stretching moonlighting to this extreme example, that prevalent but not common, is terribly unethical. If a person works 2 jobs at the same time, with company A 9 to 5 and with company B 2 to 10, he only has to manage his time between 2 and 5 pm to not get caught. So during those 3 hours, for the first 30 minutes, he will do more work for company A and less for company B. Next 30 minutes, he will reverse it. Let's alter the scenario a bit. What if a coder teaches coding on upgrad? Can this be termed as acceptable moonlighting? Though teachers taking coaching classes after school is not the same thing, but as unethical as coders coding for another company. Moonlighting on something totally different from your main job, like becoming an LIC agent, can be considered true moonlighting. Fintech company Cred's chief design officer is a lead vocalist of the Carnatic rock band Agam. But what about grey moonlighting? What if a person is coding only in one language for his employer, but he knows several more, and therefore moonlights for projects in other languages so that his skill set remains up to date? What is your opinion? Would that be right or wrong? Please comment. Large IT companies recognize this and have freelance gig pools within their organizations for futuristic projects. While moonlighting should be a personal choice and done with the consent of your employer, upskilling yourself regularly is a must in the changing employment landscape. One such job-driven upskilling platform that works specifically to bridge the gap between industry and academia in the field of engineering is Skill-Lync. Be it students, recent graduates, or early-stage professionals, Skill-Lync offers industry-oriented PG programs across engineering domains like mechanical, civil, electrical, electronics, computer science, and biomedical engineering. Skill-Lync has a world-class curriculum developed by industry experts, offering courses on emerging technologies like EVs, autonomous vehicles, machine learning and conversational AI, data science, embedded engineering, design engineering, and high-rise buildings. Offering project-based practical learning for students with live technical support and a dedicated customer success team for placements with 2,000 plus job offers. 300 plus recruiting companies such as Scient, MathWork, Dassault, Renault Nissan, Bentley, etc., and with 15,000 active learners, It makes Skill-Lync one of India's largest engineering e-learning platforms. Now is the perfect time to upskill yourself as India races towards a 5 trillion economy by 2025. Avail an exclusive 15% offer and a free career guidance session with Skill-Lync by registering using the link in the description. Outside the tech industry, Swiggy has begun to allow moonlighting with internal approval so long as it does not clash with its business. But is that comparing apples with oranges?
Wipro versus Swiggy? No comparison. Wipro deals with Fortune 500 clients for whom data secrecy is sacrosanct.
However, once employees have tasted the sweet blood of moonlighting, for some, there is no going back.
We are gearing up for a legal battle against clauses preventing moonlighting.
But labor laws in India are so strict that they prohibit workmen in factories and shops from working elsewhere even on their off days, which is why the government has taken a middle stand.
This is an idea whose time has come, but don't violate contracts.
And those employment contracts are likely to be even more restrictive on moonlighting with tougher background checks. Already companies are putting in place video audit systems and even physically checking the home workplace in their contracts.
You want to freelance? You are welcome. But don't expect the company to give you extra perks and privileges.
Tech Mahindra, however, came out as one of the rare voices of exception. We welcome disruption and will consider changing the company policy, as did the former IT industry veteran and former Infosys CEO Mohandas Pai. Outside work hours, what you do is your problem. Some point fingers at Rishad Premji, who was NASSCOM chairman while being chief strategy officer at Wipro. However, that is an unfair accusation, as it is the job of senior executives to be part of industry forums. But one can't say the same about his act of acquiring Topcoder, which has several moonlighters even from Wipro itself. And it certainly amounts to doublespeak when he fires staff for moonlighting on the one hand but encourages it on Topcoder on the other. Now let's look at yet another variation of moonlighting and tell us what you have to say. What about working for your own startup while employed? Is that acceptable moonlighting? Narayan Murthy was working for Patni Computers when he founded Infosys. Sachin and Binny Bansal were working for Amazon when they founded Flipkart. But techies continue to brazen on. Remember the coders in the beginning of the story who were downgraded to contract employees? They were retained and allowed to freelance but were given laptops with stricter protocols and controls, but not sacked. Why? Probably because there is a huge shortage of tech talent. Attrition rates this year are among the highest. So while previous generations were more sticky to a workplace and worshipped their work for a lifetime, the current generation has a taxi cab relationship with work, where if a better offer comes along, they leave. Companies believe that once employees rediscover community life in the office, the moonlighting controversy will by itself fade away. Therefore, going back on its 25% occupancy hybrid model, TCS has ordered 85% of its employees to return to office at least thrice a week. The pendulum seems swinging from heavy moonlighting to strictly controlled work contracts. But the true balance between employer and employee will be somewhere in the middle. Bisbo's limerick. 2 jobs at once, as if like a clone. Moonlighting happens when you work from home alone. Now the backlash is strong, and they may not be wrong that back in the office, the chances will be blown. You will also find these sources listed in our video description section.